everyone, how are you all doing? Today I'm going to be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse, Flashpoint, Cyborg, Build-A-Figure Wave, Collect and Connect, whatever they're calling it, Flash. And this figure is almost perfect. I'm just going to say it right out of the gate. If you have the Blue Beetle and Booster Gold 2-pack or like the Dead Man or whatever, it's on that same body. And if you have these figures, you know how perfect this body is after some slight torso modification. Well, in terms of classic Flash, this is the best Flash action figure that we've ever gotten. But I wish that he would have had a sculpted emblem. The only reason that it bothers me that he doesn't have one is because, you know, like if I bring in Jay Garrick, he's got a sculpted one. If I bring in, you know, the Action Comics 1000 Superman torso, but, you know, my custom one that I made, which I will make a video on. I'm so sorry. I know it's making so many people upset that I haven't made a video on it. But, like, look at, you know, like, that's beautiful. And unfortunately, I don't have the Nightfall Batman yet. That should be here, you know, any day now. And I may, if, you know, when you watch this video, if you skip to the end or whatever for the size comparisons, I may add in later a size comparison between those two. But if I don't, head over to my Instagram. I will definitely post it whenever I get that figure. But, oh man, these two look great together. And so they also look great if I bring in Martian Manhunter, his legs are a little spread right there. But, like, look at this classic beautifulness. It's so beautiful. And I just think it's a little, you know, it's a little jarring because it's like, oh, they all have sculpted detailing and everything like that. And Barry also has sculpted detailing for his belt and obviously his boots and, you know, everything else. But he doesn't have it on the sides of the arms here, which I get. And he doesn't have it, you know, for the emblem. And it's because they use the Blue Beetle and Booster Gold bodies, which is fine. But this looks so good. And speaking of looking really good, let's get into what Barry comes with real quick, just so I can show you what looks really good. So obviously, like I said, he comes with, you know, Build-A-Figure pieces for that Cyborg. And why? I mean, like, I know Victor's big in Flashpoint, but jeez, what the hell? He's so huge. He's actually, I think without the head, he's as tall as the Beast Boy, because that's where I had him, the Build-A-Figure Beast Boy. And wow, that is just, whew. I don't know if I'll keep this, honestly, after I build him. We'll just have to see, though. But that's all right. But Barry also comes with, he doesn't come with any lightning or anything, which is kind of crazy because, you know, most Flashes come with that. But I think the trade-off, you know, for that is getting this down cowl, which just, you know, slides on the head after you slide the head off. And this looks really good. I like this. It's a nice pliable material, so you don't have to worry about it, you know, falling off and breaking or anything, which is nice. But also don't go tearing on it because then you obviously will tear it. But, you know, we couldn't have that without an unmasked head. And the unmasked head for Barry, I actually put on Aquaman because I made the perfect, in my opinion, custom classic Aquaman. I used the black trunks from the Flashpoint one, which, you know, hey, still. And then the head, obviously, from this Barry. His neck, you know, like the skin tones match up very well. It looks good. I think I put like a little bit of blue tack in here, but like it can still move and everything. And it just, I would take it off, but for whatever reason, I had a lot of trouble getting it on here, like trying to get it seated properly and everything. And plus, like I did mention a little bit earlier, Barry, the masked head for Barry, I actually did raise the head up a little bit, so I put some blue tack in there because it was sitting a little low and it kind of made him look a little stocky. But if I bring back in Blue Beetle, they're about the same kind of height. Barry might be just a little bit taller, maybe. And it's because I raised the head. So like if I straighten him back out in terms of how he's looking here, you know, his shoulders, he looked a little bit more like if I raised the shoulders up a little bit more, he looked a little bit more like that, which isn't necessarily bad, but the head was also a little bit lower, including that. And one thing also that is jarring with this body mold is that you catch him in the right angle and like he looks like he has short arms. I don't know what that's about, but like let's fix the shoulders, kind of droop those down a little bit more, because Barry doesn't have to have super broad shoulders. I mean, like it's nice that you have the option with the butterfly joints, which we will get into articulation, obviously, but being able to pose them in certain ways to kind of hide that little bit of a issue is not bad. It's good. Well, since we've kind of done everything super out of order, let's take a look at Barry's detailing. And we already looked at the, the head, which has nice wash on the hair and everything. But let's look at the cowl head, because this is, of course, the best thing about this. This is just so great. Like, these are pliable. They are a, softer plastic, but obviously be careful, of course. The head looks good. It's got a little bit of wrinkle. I don't know if I can pick that up on the light. Let's see if I can bend his legs, maybe get him closer. You can kind of see a little bit of wrinkles going on the forehead and that. There you go. You can kind of catch it right there, which that's super cool. I like that. His eyes look really good. Same with the mouth. I really do. I wish the emblem had been sculpted, because like, if they're going to reuse this body, which they should, because this body is perfect for so many different characters, and it works so well for Barry, Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, Deadman. And like, the thing is, with that Deadman that they made that used this body, they had to switch out the upper torso, so why couldn't we have done that for Barry? Like, I feel like they could easily give us, alternate hands and lower legs and belt, like the crotch piece, head and upper torso, and use the rest of it, and I feel like they'd still get the mileage out of it, But this is fine. Like, this really, especially having him, like I said, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just having them on the same body. It gives me DC-UC vibes, but having Flash and Blue Beetle like this together, this red and blue, and then the yellow accents throughout both of them, kind of tying them together, these two look so good together. I don't know what it is. They just look so good together. And I can't get enough of it for whatever reason. But like I said earlier, he does have a sculpted belt, going around, or whatever you want to call it. He's also got some cake going on, too. He's got the signature rain boots, of course, which look great. These on his arms, the like actual little kind of gauntlet pieces, whatever you want to call them, they are not sculpted, which is unfortunate, because like, it's kind of weird that we have the sculpted detailing for his boots instead of them just being painted on, and we have, the sculpted detail for his belt, but then we don't have it for his emblem or his arms. It's just a little weird when you start to think about it too much, but if you don't think about it that much, it's not that big of a deal. And if you have, like I said, this Blue Beetle and Booster Gold 2-pack, or, Deadman, whatever, you know exactly what you're getting with Articulation, but with how good the articulation is on this body, and just everything that all goes into it, the proportions, everything, let's go over it real quick, because I love it. So I didn't do, no, I lied, I did. I did do the neck mod where I cut out a trench in the back so his head can go up a little bit farther, but before it could go to about here, which is not bad, but like it can go to here now, which is good because for running poses. And I also did modify the torso, which you can see right there. I did cut into that, created a trench as well, which allows for that much farther forward, because originally you could only get to about here, which is ridiculous. I don't know why they don't do that themselves, but it's fine. Like I said, he does have the butterfly kind of joint-ish type thing going in there. It's just a ball joint, so you can get all that sort of range out of it. Bicep swivel, arms go up that far, rotate around, all that good stuff. Double jointed elbows that go up all the way. Yep, all the way. Got the signature hands for McFarlane figures. I really do wish that he had alternate hands, but it's all right. It's, I can, like I said, I have enough figures that I can kind of futz around with it and see what I can do with it. As for the torso, of course, rotates up here, tilts, all that good stuff. As for the legs, go out all the way, which is so awesome. Can go that far forward and that far back. You could definitely push it a little bit farther, but then they'll start to jut out. A little bit of thigh swivel going on up there at the hip. Double jointed knees that go back that far. You could probably get it a little bit more if you futzed around with it. No boots or anything. And then, of course, the standard McFarlane joints, so the feet can go back that far, up that far, deep ratchets. And then ankle pivot and, of course, toe joint. And one thing that I do want to do, because I want to get another one of this at some point, because I love me some Barry Allen. I love me some Barry Allen. But I do really love me some Wally West. And because I love me some Wally West, while we probably will get it at some point, I'd like to have another Barry at the head. I think that would be fine. But bringing in Dick, who I did heavily modify, I also just got him not too long ago, because I was like, I don't want to get this figure because it looks like crap. And then I, fixed it. And it looks good. These two look great together. So getting another Barry and painting up those eyes, just a simple little thing like that, I could have me some Dick and Wally. And, they are like, and a lot of times they're better than the duo of Batman and Superman. Don't fight me, I'm right. But like these two would look so good together if this was Wally or just an alternate head. I could see us getting like a main, quote unquote, mainline, you know, sort of like general release of this body and it being Barry and it being Wally, giving us a Wally head on there. Maybe they'll give us an unmasked Wally head too. That'd be pretty cool. And maybe some alternate hands. That'd be really nice because then you could like take those, put them on this Barry. Although I think you would have to heat it up because if I take Barry, I don't think I can. Yeah, no, his hands don't just pop off, unfortunately. So you would have to heat it up and, of course, be careful because you don't want to break your figures. But these two look great together. And I guess we're going to get into size comparisons now because this is just an absolute nightmare of order of how I'm doing this. But here he is next to Wally. And he is on a base right here because this body mold, for whatever reason, is a little hard to stand. But we can try it without it and just see how it goes. So you can see it's not bad. Godspeed is an all-new sculpt, so he's a completely, you know, different beast of a figure, and he looks so good. He's a little bit bigger, he's a little bit broader, he's a little taller. These two look great. I really like this. And, you know, it wouldn't be hard, Todd, for you to take this Barry and give us like 20 other speedsters. And especially the most important speedster in Reverse Flash. I'm just saying, like, if you want to make that the fourth figure of the wave, that'd be great. I know it's probably going to be Wonder Woman since you're going to give us every other Wonder Woman other than a comic, you know, classic comic one, which is fine. You know, it's not like we just all really want that or anything. But, oh man, imagine this figure, this body, all of it with, you know, but a Reverse Flash. That would just be beautiful. That would be so amazing. Because we'd have literally a perfect Barry and a perfect Eobard. Or Zoom. Oh, ooh, that's what they should do. My brain just like, oh my God, Todd, you need to hire me. So, what if they did, you know, like they have the Ultraman and the Superman 2-pack that they just released. What if they give us a Reverse Flash, you know, in like a mainline type thing, you know, or whatever, however they want to do it. And then they give us a 2-pack and it's Zoom and Wally. That would be so freaking awesome. Because imagine getting, you know, it would literally be just a straight up repack of everything, but they could give us different heads, give us like the staff thing that Zoom has, give us alternate hands, all that kind of stuff, give us maybe some lightning. That would just be so cool. And like a killer base stand for the two of them. Oh man, I got ideas. Todd, hit me up. I got ideas. But that was kind of my overall thoughts of this too. This has been such a hodgepodge of crazy crap. Promise, it's a lot more organized than this usually. I say usually because there's times like this. But like, I just loved this figure so much that it just derailed so fast. So yeah, that's going to do it for me. And I will catch you all in the next one. See ya.